I'm Steve Greenlee, managing editor of the Portland Press-Herald. I'm here with Scott Dolan, reporter who's been covering the Zumba prostitution case for the last several months, and we're here today to talk about what happened this morning.
Well, today Alexis Wright was sentenced to 10 months in jail. She was also given a fine and restitution to pay of about over $58,000. But what was interesting today is she got up and she addressed the court, which she hadn't really done publicly before. She'd never spoken to the media. And she initially took responsibility for her actions, saying she knows the difference between right and wrong. But she talked about how she felt she was manipulated by Mark Strong, who is her business partner. Alexis Wright's attorney also spoke today about her background. Her father is a convicted sex offender. When she was about 8 or 9 years old, her parents broke up. She went with her mom to California, and while she was out in California, her dad drove cross country, kidnapped her, brought her back here to Maine. There was some legal involvement, and her attorney said that lasting trauma that she'd never been treated for contributed to her behavior, and that she never really recovered from that. And so it doesn't explain it, but it gives some background to who she was and what she did.
So this is all new information that came out today and yesterday, this claim that she had been pushed into prostitution, and this was all revealed in the context of her hoping for perhaps a more lenient sentence.
Yeah, I think so, but she was also, I think that she wanted her side to get out a little bit. And she said this all to the judge. And the judge seemed to take it all in, she took it all in very carefully, and she said that she had hopes that in the future that Alexis Wright would do better, that she wouldn't commit crimes again, that she would succeed in life. And Wright said that she hoped that once she got out of jail, she would try and help become an advocate for people who are sexually abused, so that they will speak out instead of continuing to suffer like she claimed she was.
Right.
And interesting today that her husband was there as well, and he issued a statement.
So is this the end of the Zumba prostitution case?
Not even close. So far, Alexis Wright has been found guilty, or pled guilty. Mark Strong was found guilty at trial, but there are 68 people who have been charged so far with engaging Wright for prostitution. About half of those have pled guilty or been found guilty, but there's an investigation still going on that resumed just recently. Kennebunk Police Department has renewed investigations of other so-called Johns. There's 40 more people they're investigating. They expect to announce whether they're going to charge those people this summer.
You've spent a lot of time over the last several months covering this trial. What's the strangest thing that you've written about, or the strangest piece of testimony you've heard in the past several months?
It'd have to be during Mark Strong's trial. There was one fellow who testified. He was the manager of a pizza joint in Kennebunk. He said that he had gone to Alexis Wright's house the pizza shop he worked at was located next door to the Zumba studio where she was an instructor. So he kind of knew who she was. She called him to order. He delivered spaghetti and meatballs to her house. She answers the door, dressed only in a towel. She reaches to pay him, and oops, there goes the towel. And he described this as really awkward. And he said she gave him a great tip, and the way he told the story was hilarious. And I realized that it's not supposed to be in a criminal trial. You're not going for gags, but it was funny, and I don't think I've ever heard anything like that at a trial before.
Well, you must be glad that you can move on to some other cases now.
This was a really interesting case to cover. Not just because it was salacious, but it took a lot of different legal angles. It was fun to cover. Right. But yeah, after 6 months of writing about the same thing, predominantly, day in, day out, yeah, I'm ready to move on.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you.